Hey, y'all. Happy Wednesday, or my favorite, happy hump day. This is my review of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 7. We are now back to our regularly scheduled Housewives coverage. BravoCon has come and gone, and now it's just back to reality for me. So, this is Monique's return episode. I'm very excited. And also, speaking of being excited, I am like less than 70 people away from reaching a new goal, 17,000 subscribers. Hello to my new subscribers. I appreciate you. Now, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Chris, C. Diggy One. I started on YouTube with Alexander Rogers on Pop Roast. We do that on his channel every weekend, probably like Saturdays at 12 o'clock. Now, around 2020, around the pandemic, that is when I was inspired by Alex and was encouraged by him to do my own channel. And that's when I fell into doing my own Housewives recaps. And I'm gonna just let you know now that I don't really pull no punches with my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. Do not take this so seriously. We are here to have a good time and laugh. And all I can do is just comment on what I see. I may not like your favorite housewife, but I don't know these women. Like there's some women that I let have it. But Brittany on Salt Lake City, I took a picture with her. She was so nice and so sweet, excited to be there. Like I said in the last review, she ain't my mama. I have nothing against her. So please do not take what I say so literal and offensive. So I just want to let people know, for those of you who, are just tuning in to my live for the very first time. But yes, let's get into it. Yes, road to 17K. Let's just see where we at right now, right quick. Let me just check my YouTube studio. Okay, I am 61 people away from 17K. Can we do it? Can we do it? Tell a kin, tell a friend, and tell that heifer you hate, because the haters are the biggest fans. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this recap. I took my notes this morning. I had a second rewatch. But so episode opens after a little montage of a few of the ladies. We are reintroduced to the one and only Monique Samuels, my girl. Now, unfortunately, Monique, if you're watching, I did not get to see her. I did not have any like VIP opportunities or Bravo Palooza. I do know Monique's makeup artist. Shout out to Makeup Machine. I didn't get to see you, sir, but hopefully we run into each other in New York. He asked me, like, why didn't you tell me you love? Of course I love Monique, but I'm just not that type of person. Like when I know people, I don't try to use people for that. Like, I like him as a person, and he be having Monique beat. And that's why I'm a fan of his. I'm not a fan of his because, he knows Monique. So shout out to him and shout out to Monique if you're watching. I didn't get a chance to meet her, unfortunately. But I'm so glad she's back. And unfortunately, she's brought aboard through Ashley, because, Ashley's the only one that's really kept in touch with Monique from the cast. So we open with Ashley coming over to visit. Side note, like I was saying earlier, Monique's face card, undeniable. In this scene, she just really comes off like she's at peace and so much lighter. And then, speaking of which, we're getting an update on her life. And of course, there's the headline of her divorce from Chris Samuels. Were y'all shocked? I think I was super shocked when I heard the news. And side note, I'm sure everyone notices that she did like a bareback confessional. That doesn't sound right. It was a bare background. And she explained why at BravoCon. She said that it was last minute, like a lot of things. And what she was wearing was kind of it was kind of clashing with the green screen, but she loved what she was wearing. She was just like, please make it work. Don't take this out. And yeah, I love her confessional look. It is amazing. And I'm glad she didn't change. But that was the reason why, I believe. Um, so one thing I do hate about Housewives is when the main cast member introduces their friend of. Because you can tell this is Ashley's first time in Monique's house, seeing her pets, etc. So it just gives off they're basically work friends. Monique is just filling Ashley in on how she's been and mentions the infamous fight, with Candace that really changed her. Now, again, here's one of those things, y'all, where y'all might disagree with me, but I am still 10 toes down to this day on Monique's side. I'm sorry. I don't care. Sue me. And Ashley reminds us the whole group turned on Monique except for herself and Karen. Anyway, Monique says it's been a journey for her, and she says that situation made her realize that she was carrying some childhood trauma. They're now talking about the group, starting with Giselle, then Wendy and Stacy. And of course, Forehead has to give a heads up, pun intended, about how Stacy is a liar, but doesn't mention Chris Samuels, surprisingly. But we see in her confessional, now she wants to say it's none of her business to say. Okay, girl. Okay. Now, I know that a lot of y'all are seeing y'all's comments, but I just want to make sure I get through this because y'all know I don't like to do our lives. Because this is me at 100. And look, my energy is like an hourglass, y'all. So I got to make time. I'm going to read some. How are they current friends when Ashley knew nothing about her? I'm Team Monique too. Sometimes you got to get ghetto. Candace carried and dragged the whole thing. Ashley wrote a statement in Monique's favor, not Candace. I don't like Candace, but Monique was dead ass wrong. Hey, we can have difference of opinions. Look, I don't want to go back to the past. I want to move forward like Monique chose to. Let's see. Okay, so where am I? Okay. All right, so yeah, with Stacy, what I really don't want to see this season is Monique coming for Stacy, because I know Ashley is going to try to like turn Monique's perspective of Stacy immediately, but I like them both. I love Monique and I love Stacy. Ashley then invites Monique to gay pride along with the other ladies because, she has a float. And then she warns her that Giselle will be there, but Monique is fine with it. And then we're then reminded of one of the greatest reunion moments of all time, Bindergate. But Monique is fine with moving forward, and I'm glad about that. This man is working for the people. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate you. So the next scene, we're with Wendy and Eddie at their home overlooking the renovations that they're currently doing. Oh, shady production. Shady. They could have took this part out. So they do a split screen of the cost of the renovations totaling to about $100,000. Looks like they have some bills to pay. I don't know. But yeah, side note, I hate when the cast, like, they blatantly try to wear their merch on camera. Like, seeing Eddie in a Bring Eddie Out t-shirt, I just thought that was kind of lame in my opinion. And then, of course, we see Wendy wearing a Happy Eddie hoodie. But for real, who's going to wear a shirt that says Bring Eddie Out? Hands in the chat. Hands in the chat. I mean, look, maybe you like Eddie that much, but I don't. He fine still, but I don't. Anywho, Wendy is expressing her disappointment with her father not wishing her a happy birthday, which I'm sure will be explored in future episodes. So then, meanwhile, next scene we're with Stacy doing a photo shoot for her cannabis line. I hate that Stacy gave it a Nigerian name because she's only giving the ladies more fuel to the hating ass fire. And maybe she's doing this on purpose. I don't know. Production points out the obvious, like we all are. And Stacy says she is in no way trying to infringe upon Wendy and Eddie's brand. But back to the Ocephals, we see their reaction to Stacy getting a cannabis line, and I'm glad they don't seem to care that much because there is room for everyone, especially Black people in the cannabis space. But back at Stacy's shoot, she gets a FaceTime from Ashley discussing Jazzy's wedding. Now, only 3 of the girls from the group was invited: Wendy, Ashley, and Jazzy. They're all flying right back to celebrate Pride the next day. Stacy then tells Ashley about her cannabis line, and you can see the veins in Ashley's forehead move because she thinks Stacy is once again being disingenuous. Because, at the past reunion, she said that she wasn't coming out with a cannabis line. She already explained it. I don't want to harp on it. She has one now. And look, Happy Eddie might not even be anymore because of, their felonious activity. So yeah. Stacy plays a good, subtle, passive, aggressive snake with a smile. She would irk me in real life, but it plays well on TV. I don't know. Like, I feel like I love Stacy. I feel like, I don't know. I don't think she would bother me in real life like that. Like, she wasn't like Mia. Like, Mia was treacherous and was a dangerous liar. Stacy is harmless to me. Stacy definitely trolling because that will keep her in the most mess and closer to Andy at the reunion. Plus, it keeps us from focusing on her paying for TJ. I hate to see the decline of Eddie. He went from being an attorney to a low-rate influencer. Did we ever see Eddie practicing law? Did we? Because I think she's been on for 5 years. Remind me in the chat. We'll get to that. We will get to that because look, they were trying to drag me on Twitter. I'll get to that a little bit later. We have over 100 people in the chat. Make sure you like the video, most importantly, and subscribe. We are 60 people away. Can we do it on this video? I don't think so, but we can do it before December, I think. But yeah, let's see. Did we get off of this? Yeah. So next scene, we're with Angel and her sister hanging out. Angel is telling her experience with the ladies on the recent trip, specifically Catfish Gate. She also says Wendy was laughing from the sideline when Giselle brought that up with her asshole lips and Forrest Whitaker eyes. Wow. Like, I was just like, oh. I definitely think that she should have saved all this energy at the table. Like, where was this? Where was this at the table, Angel? Because I was mad for you because Giselle called your ass out, and then it wasn't even a big deal from Giselle. Giselle had a straight face on, but it was Wendy, and from the side. And in that moment, Angel, I would have been like, oh, I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking. You fresh off the table. Like, so I wish you would have kept that energy at the table because now I'm just like, oof, I don't know. Anywho, her sister then goes in on Giselle on how she soft focuses that neck. And I got a good cackle from that. Again, Angel, I'm gonna need you to think up on your feet, because that definitely was a missed opportunity to say like, oh, Giselle, I know you ain't talking because I see how you filter that neck. Like it was right there. Like this is what happens when you don't come prepared. And yes, Carlos, I totally agree. I totally agree. Uh it definitely came off that way. So I was just like, I don't know how that's gonna read to the fans, but yeah, Rich the Fish. Now, see, you calling her Biggie is just as bad, sir. Like we're not fat phobic here. I think Angel is beautiful, but yeah, y'all are all fine with y'all's opinion. But yeah, like I said from the comments in the chat, it did not land well with the audience. She could have just stopped at asshole lips. But yes, I did think the neck read was funny, y'all. Let's see. Where was I? So this whole situation, they are dragging Wendy and Giselle. And then Angel says she felt humiliated and disrespected in that moment. Thank you for the super chat, Sheree. Until Mo explains why she was ready to fight Candace, but was trying to be friends with Giselle, I can't see it for her. Mo is fake. Again, your opinion, not mine. Thank you for the super chat. So her sister tells her they're just usually come for people that they see as a threat, and reminds her that she's the only one that actually lives in Potomac proper. I'm assuming near the river. That's what that meant. People in that live in DC, correct me, in the DMV area, please let me know. But yeah, this was a dragon session, y'all. So the next scene, we're with another Tia solo scene with her family. Look, it's cute, but do we care? Do we care? I'm a fast forward. Next scene we're with Giselle. We find out she's headed to ATL because she's still in the middle of a lawsuit against her dad's wife, petitioning her father's will. It's been 2 years since this started, and you know, she really wants an outcome in her favor. So then next up, we're with Kay at Greg's new house. Looking at him, I would say he is very lucky to have her. We found out that they're in therapy now, and it seems to be working. Now, hold up. I didn't know Greg had 3 kids. Whew, that's a lot. That's a lot. But then again, my dad, he had 5 kids when he met my mom. I'm the 6th child in line. So if my mom was using her common sense, I wouldn't be here, y'all. So I can't judge too harshly. Just saying. But yeah, shout out to my parents. We also find out that he's in the process of buying their condo. But I'm not sure if he's buying her condo or they're buying it together. Kay seems to be happy where they are in their relationship. And I guess that's all that matters. This is definitely a turnaround of how Greg was on camera last season. Like, he is giving her all of the affection on camera, and I'm happy for Kay. Let's see. I love how the audience hates Kay, but they all wanted her so bad on this show based on her taking a fist and bottle for Candace. The audience is fickle and ridiculous. Now, to be fair, I love that y'all have such strong opinions. I too wanted Kay on the show, and this was even before the whole the fight thing. Like, she was giving good friend of energy, and she gelled with the cast really well. Now, what had happened was this season, I'm not sure what's the issue here, but it's the way she's navigating the season. And I'm gonna bring that up later in the episode because I really didn't like what she did at the end. But I wanted Kay to have her flute and have her moment, but it was a flop to me. For real. Like, I just don't understand. Like, maybe she should have just stayed a friend. But next scene, Stacy is meeting up with Wendy for lunch, wearing the same color scheme. And it seems like they have formed a friendship between each other. On Wendy's side, she says it works because she can't take Stacy seriously. Now, I'm not a fan of backhanded compliments, but I guess it's nice that Stacy has some sort of an ally in Wendy. And I'll give it to Stacy. Like, even after Wendy's case coming up, she is still right behind Wendy. And I'll give that to her. I bet Wendy appreciates that because look, she saw what happened, you know, how Ashley came for her and was like the first one to throw mess. So they're discussing Jazzy's wedding and the Pride festivities coming up. And speaking of the Pride festivities, we cut to Ashley's confessional, and she's talking about the World Pride plans that she has for the group. First and foremost, I love Ashley's confessional look. I'm not sure whoever is styling her, but they're definitely looking at Doja Cat's mood board. Basically that. Like, they have Doja Cat on the mood board for Ashley's confessional looks. But she looks good. Like, I'm not a complete hater. She looks good in her confessional. Do y'all like it? She has a G&A float being made, so we know it's going to be tacky. And then it's the return of her getting into drag again, which to me is as cringe as her singing. Now, back to Stacy and Wendy. Stacy's telling her about the cannabis line, and when she tells her, you know, it's a Nigerian name that she chose, Wendy says, "Why Nigeria?" And then it means happy. And she's like, again, why Nigeria when there's other countries? And Stacy responds, "Oh, it's because I have an affinity for Nigerians." Wendy then looks directly in the camera like she did last season. I thought it was funny. She looked directly in the camera like she was on Abbott Elementary. Wendy lets Stacy know that it's pretty sus. And then we cut to her confessional, and she even says it's giving single black female. I have a question to y'all in the chat and for y'all in the comment section. Do y'all think Stacy was copying intentionally, or was this all like a coincidence? Was it a coincidence? A coincidence? Was it? You know, I'm trying to put my bias for Stacy to the side, but to name it, like to give it a Nigerian name, girl, and then it means happy as well. It's hard. It's hard. I still love you though, but it's hard. But I don't think she got into the cannabis industry solely because of Wendy and Eddie. But the name is what I have a problem with. So anyway, she tells Wendy in no way she's trying to compete with Happy Eddie. And I think Wendy just takes that at her word. So the next scene, we're in ATL with Giselle, and she gives an update on the case. Basically, there's no outcome yet, and all they can do now is just wait until the judge makes a decision. So the next scene, we're in Dallas, Texas for Jazzy's wedding. We see the ladies that were invited that arrive. Ashley implies that Stacy only came because her and Wendy were going. I swear to God, I challenge Ashley for one fucking episode not to mention Stacy's name. Just one episode. I bet she can't do it at all. Anywho, the wedding looks beautiful and expensive. But unfortunately, you know, too bad Bravo only gave us less than 2 minutes of it. I want to say maybe like a minute tops. But congrats to Jazzy. Love to see it. Maybe we'll see her next season full time. Fast forward to World Pride, and the ladies are all arriving to this gay bar in DC. I don't recognize it because I used to go to DC every year with my friend group. I don't recognize this one. Could use more black people in there though, more black gays, you know. We then see Ashley with a beard and grills. Of course, it's her time to shine. She then starts passing out T-shirts to the ladies with these just crude names. Thank you for the super chat. Hi, Chris, just joining. You did great at BravoCon. Thank you so much. I'm glad that I represented for my supporters and my channel, and it just feels like a fever dream a little bit. But yeah, it's just funny going back to reality. I'm bartending, hustling like I usually do, and churning out these reviews. But thank you for your support. Y'all know I don't play about y'all, and I don't take anything that all the love that y'all give me for granted, But back to the mess. So I hate to sound like a hater, but I just found this scene eye-rolling to me. Ashley fans, you've been warned, but just hear me out. It just seems like her diluting the gay experience to sexual activity and innuendos is just cheap to me as a black gay person. Yes, I love that Ashley is an ally. And of course, she let us know that she was an ally. At the same time, she let us know that she was a terrible singer when she got on stage. But something about the last season and this season now, it just seems so forced and contrived. So yesterday, I made a comment that had a lot of people mad on Twitter. My Twitter, if you want to go look at it right now, it's CDIGGI1 on Twitter or X. And yeah, Ashley fans as well as bisexuals was mad at me. Oh my God. So I'm gonna read what I said. So I said, catching up with Potomac, and I'm really sick of Ashley co-opting the gay community for a plot line. They did not like that at all. But I got 1,100 likes and 102 retweets, and 100,000 people have watched it by now, has seen that tweet. Now, if you don't agree with me, that's fine, but that's how it comes off to me. I am actually a part of the LGBTQ plus community, and that is just my perspective. But on Twitter, they love to twist what you say, and they love to be obtuse, because nowhere in that did I say that Ashley wasn't bi or anything like that. I just said she's using this conveniently for a plot line. She's using it for her convenience. She is a straight presenting woman, just like how she is. Like, she likes to use, I feel like she likes to use it like being a member of the LGBT community as, she uses it at her convenience. So this is what someone tweeted me. This is one of the first ones. They said, this is the bi erasure we're talking about. She is openly bisexual and has been vocal about it since her first season. Now, my response to that was bi erasure. You're trying to tell me that I have something against bisexuals. Child, I've been dealing with DL men since I was 17. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, my question was, when has she openly dated a woman on the show? We just saw her on Love Hotel. They could have had some women thrown in the bunch. In the 10 years that Ashley has been on this show, she has been with a white man. No one else. No one else. She just says she's attractive. Yeah, and I'm not challenging that at all. But the way that she just throws it out like a parlor trick, it's cringe to me. It's her whole plot line. And I'm just like, Ashley licking cat, it doesn't make her any more interesting. That's why I'm like, they need to make space for another housewife. Bring Robin back. Shit. So yeah, that's what I thought about it. Maybe I could have used like a different word than co-op because I think that's what people are latching on to. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Like I didn't say that like I hate bisexuals. People like really said that, oh, you're trying to erase like her bisexuality. I guess. I wasn't coming like that. I was just y'all know what I'm talking about. We watched last season how she like it just seems really performative. That's all. I can't post a lot of, the comments, but I'm looking at it. But let me know in the chat. Do you agree or disagree? And you can respectfully disagree with me. I didn't know Ashley had that many fans, y'all. And also, y'all notice that, especially on the Black Housewives shows, I don't like how they make it seem like, ooh, she's gay. She kissed the girl and she liked it. Ooh, she ate cat. Like they treat it as like it's like some type of like it's exotic or something like that. When this is real people's lives and stuff like that. Like, so don't diminish my sexuality to sex and like my lifestyle. I can't even remember the last time I had sex. Maybe that's why I'm so like on edge all the time. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I'm saying, y'all. A novelty. Thank you. A novelty. Taking a dip in the lady pond. Like right now, I love Portia, but already she's marketing her season as, oh, well, I'm dipping my toe in the lady pond, y'all. Tune in. That's what I'm talking about. Anywho, let's see. Anyway, y'all, production increases the dramatics when Monique arrives and officially joins the group. Ashley is messy by not giving the other ladies a heads up that Monique was coming, but the camera is hyper focused on Giselle's reaction. She has a poker face and she makes sure to tap her gay minion that Monique is there. But she looks gagged a little bit. A little bit. Monique comes in cordial. She even hugs Giselle. We cut to Giselle's confessional and she wonders who is Monique after her divorce, because she feels that the Monique prior to that was not her authentic self during her marriage. How did y'all feel about that? Because I thought it was bullshit. Because if Monique wasn't being her authentic self, she wouldn't be as beloved as she is. I don't know. Like, again, this is my opinion. I think deep down, Giselle liked that Monique separated from Chris because it knocked her down a peg, especially seeing how Monique obliterated her at the reunion. That's all I'm saying, because it had to do with her ex-husband, and now Monique is a single woman just like Giselle. And Giselle's like, how does it feel now? How does it feel? That's just how I saw it from Giselle's perspective. But I am glad that Giselle is moving forward with Monique. And maybe someday, Monique and Candace can have a mature sit down and move forward. Because I would love that for them. I still may not like Candace afterward, but I would love for them to move forward. So we cut to Wendy's confessional, and she says she never really got to know Monique because they had their moment, and then bam, next thing you know it, the fight happened. Time out. flag on the play. So not Monique, Wendy. I didn't forget. Pepperidge Farm remembers you chose a side immediately. I remember when they all sat down to basically chastise Monique about her choices and behavior and wanting her to take accountability. The first thing Wendy said, oh, setting a bad example for Black women. I remember that, Wendy. So don't say you didn't get a chance to get to know Monique. You chose a side immediately. And then meanwhile, present day, the gag is you're facing multiple felonies. And I'm not sure, are you setting a bad example, sis? I'm just holding everybody accountable. Anyway, so Monique is now meeting the rest of the ladies. And out of nowhere, Kay asks her, does she know Stacy? Kay, why do you care? Why did you even bring up Stacy? You're not even cool with her at the moment. Why? Like, we see what you're doing. Like, it's corny. So then, when all the ladies are talking for a bit, Kay then tells Stacy, oh, I'm surprised you don't know Monique. And then lies and says Stacy said that she's seen her around. Giselle then has to correct her. No, that was Chris Samuels. And then Kay is like, oh, yeah, like I heard Samuels. That's why I thought that. That made me so mad, y'all. So mad. Corny with a K. Corny with a K. She then turns to Monique and says, that's your ex-husband, right? And then Mo says, yes. And then Kay says, oh, that Stacy was dating. So now the credits are rolling and Stacy just looks confused. Production cues the loud, dramatic music and it ends on a to be continued. I didn't like that at all. She didn't have to do that. And even if Kay tried to do that, wrong time, wrong place. Why are you bringing that up right now? And then it's insulting to my intelligence because we saw you like at the table when Stacy said she didn't know Monique at all. So why would Monique know Stacy? It was so unnecessary and it fell flat. It fell flat. It was a desperate attempt. And I see why people are calling you Special K. I'm sorry. Like, you put yourself in that. I'm going to have to read you, K. I'm going to have to read you. You want to talk about Stacy? Stacy, get behind me. Get behind me, Stacy. K, why don't we talk about your short, unattractive, ashy foot man with 3 kids that still won't marry you? Why won't we talk about that? Talk about that. What did Azalea Banks say? Let's talk about that. I'm silly. Anyway, y'all. Secondly, I hope that Monique doesn't take the bait. I hope she doesn't take the bait. And third, why can't these ladies leave Stacy alone? Stacy be minding her own business. Her own business. Leave Stacy alone. Oh, you know what? I'm getting BravoCon flashbacks, y'all, because if y'all saw on Peacock, I was next. I was next to say my question. And the first thing I wanted to say was to give Stacy her flowers. And I'm just so mad that I did not run up to that podium fast enough. But yeah, that was the episode. I did see the continuation of the episode. I saw like what happened after that, and I saw Monique's response, but I will save that to discuss in the next episode, the next recap of mine. Anyway, I give this episode an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Minus 2 points for, I just can't be giving all episodes 10s but it was a satisfactory episode, and it maintained my attention. We already got the mid-season trailer too. We got that 3 weeks early. 3 weeks early. So, and I told y'all that mid-season trailer was going to be bomb. We already have Karen in it. We have a one-on-one with Andy. We have more drama. Wendy and Eddie, I think the aftermath of them getting their mug shots. I can't wait. I can't wait. That's a good point. Those shirts in front of Giselle's daughter were uncouth. Yeah, I agree. But to be fair, her daughter is grown too. She's like, what, 21 now? I think. Is she 21? Or maybe she's 19 or 20. I can't remember. Let me know in the chat if y'all know. But low-key, Stacy should be happy because their treatment is helping her to become more and more popular. I get that. Let's see. Kay was present for multiple conversations about Chris, so her acting confused was super dumb. We seen you. Heifer, you know. Let's see. People don't talk about season 5 was very classist. They hated that Monique represented a certain kind of Black person that they felt that they were above. Let's see. The state of Maryland will chin check Wendy. You know that. You know that. Wendy wanted to act high and mighty about physical contact, but how about they return serve about being a fraud and a thief? Stacy does give it girl vibes, even when she shows up in a long maxi. It's aura. Well, y'all, I'm about to go eat, have my lunch for the day before I go to work. Thank y'all so much for joining me. We had 200 people in the chat. Please make sure you like the video and hype it up too. Hype it up too. And with that, let me also say I'm 60. Well, let's see where we at now with the counter. All right, we are 59 people away, 59 subscribers. So yeah, just checking in. We are at the countdown point now. Can't wait. So yeah, with that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for the Salt Lake City review.